Now, radian. Is the angle for which arc distance is equal to radius. Now that's not quite wordy enough to get all the details of the definition, but that's the general feel of it. It just means that if you have a circle of radius r, then if you go through an angle such that the distance along the arc is equal to r, then that's a 1 radian angle. Now you can look this up. Internet's full of explanations and so forth, so if you don't like this one, find another one. Well, what follows from this? Well, what if your angle was half a radian? Well, then the arc out here would be half of r, right? What if the angle's 3.7 radians? Then you would go 3.7 times r. So if you have a circle, let's say of radius 12, and you go 4 radians along that circle, okay, 4 times this angle, 4 radians around the circle, would give you, would result in an arc distance 4 times the radius. The radius is 12, and you would go a distance of 4 times 12, or 48. For small numbers, if you go 0.01 radian on a circle, just to give a little bit away, 0.01 radian on a circle of radius 3.5 meters. Uh-oh, I did something really dumb too. On a circle of radius 3.5 meters, 0.01 radian would take you 0.01 times 3.5 meters. Okay? And that would be your arc distance. Now down here I did something really kind of ignorant. I used 7 meters as the radius, but that was the diameter of our water wheel. So this should have been 3.5 meters, 0.035 meters. And this is, again, by the definition of a radian, because 1 radian on a circle of radius 3.5 meters would take you through an arc distance of 3.5 meters. If 1 radian takes you through 3.5 meters, then 0.01 radian will take you through 0.01 of 3.5 meters, or 0.035 meters. Now this is very fundamental when we get into studying radial motion, angular motion. It's really essential that you have a pretty good intuitive grasp of what a radian is and how distance along an arc is related to radius and angle measure in radians. It's very simple. I mean, there's a formula you can use. Delta S along the arc is radius times delta theta. That's just a formula. You have to understand the definition of a radian.